Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we have the 1959 United States nickel coins. We have one from the Denver Mint here, and you can't tell until you flip it over and you see that D on the back right there. And this one from the Philadelphia Mint. We see no mint mark there. And this one's from the Philadelphia Mint also. But this is a proof set coin because in 1959 they made the proof coins at the Philadelphia Mint. For our 1959 coins, we have a number of specialty coins. We have one that's called the Black Beauty, which is a improperly annealed mint error. They call that the Black Beauty because it has a black color to it. We have one they call the Red Beauty, which is a 1959 5-cent Jefferson on top of a penny. And so it has red and brown coloring, and it's just huge. We'll look at that. And then we have what I call the White Beauty, a Proof 68 deep cameo that is just the brightest white of any nickel you'll ever see. And we're also going to talk about what they did in 1959 with the star that comes between Liberty and the year on the Jefferson nickel. So here's the 1959. You can see that star there. A lot of people don't know it's a star, and it's actually kind of hard to tell. But if you magnify it up, you can see that it is indeed a star. And in 1959, they went to a smaller star than they'd had on the coin in the past. Here's the 1958 star. It was just huge. See how pointy it is? And then that's the 1959 star. Why they changed it, I don't have a clue. In 1959, they made 161 million of these at Denver. The highest graded ones are worth about $3,500 from Mint State 67 plus, but you have to get it graded and it has to have full steps on here. On this one, you can kind of tell there might be a step there, but it turns out that there's 5 steps on here, and we can't really see any of them that go all the way across. And of course, the D over here is what lets us know it's from Denver. But even if you get this down to a Mint State 65 with full steps, still worth $100. So the value point in these is going to be that full steps. At the Philadelphia Mint, and you can tell this is a Philly just barely, and there's no extra value to this coin, but there's no diminishing value on this coin. This has some of the most amazing color and texture in it that you'll see in a nickel. You can see all these different shades here on Jefferson. In 1959, they made 27 million of these coins at Philadelphia. Now, that's about 1/5 of what they made at Denver. So Philly is the one we can get a hugely valuable $18,000 coin if you can get the Mint State 67 plus with the full steps. Of course, no steps on this one at all. Then in 1959, they made these at the Philadelphia Mint. And of course, when you get a proof coin from the Philadelphia Mint, it's going to have full steps. But when you look at this particular coin, you can see maybe it has a little bit of a crack in it there. In general, the proof sets are going to be hugely expensive because they only made 1,149,000. And they also have 2 silver half dollars, 2 silver quarters, and 2 silver dimes in them. If you get a really, really, really good 1969 proof 69, it can be worth as much as $9,500. They've only found one so far, and it's going to have to be a deep cameo. Here's an improperly annealed one that's for sale on eBay. NGC graded coin at a Mint State 65. And the reason it's not shiny, it is just a very dark black coin because it just did not cure right. The process didn't complete at the mint. And here's a picture of it from the back. Notice that on this one, it's not a Mint State 65 full steps. It's just a Mint State 65 because it does not have the full steps on it. But you can also see that when we look at the 5 on here, the 5 didn't come out right either. That's really, really messy right in there. So there's a couple of them for sale on eBay, but this is one that's being sold by Carlsbad Village Coins for $189. What about the red one? The red 1965 nickel is actually not a nickel at all because it was struck on a penny planchet. So I guess technically you could call it a nickel, but it's not a real nickel, but it is incredibly red, isn't it? And let's look at the back of it again. We're not looking at really full steps on here, but we do have a coin. It's a graded coin. Mint State 64 red brown, and of course red brown is a penny grading standard. We don't have red browns as a grading standard for a nickel. And then up here it says 1959 P, but we know it's not a P. PC just made a mistake on it, because there were no P's on the nickels in 1959, and there were no P's on the dime. But you can also see that this is just purely centered. So there's space around the outside of the nickel that you can't see all of the lettering and stuff. But they didn't off-center it at all. This is just a perfectly struck nickel die on a penny planchet. And finally, there is the white nickels. And this is one from the PCGS website. And this is as white and shiny as any nickel you'll ever see. And this is over here you can see it's a Mint State 68. And let me show you just the one above it is a deep cameo. Mint State 68, and you can see the deep cameo over here. And then this one is a deep cameo, again Mint State 68. Now some of this can happen just for a trick of the lighting, but some of it is just you get these really, really bright white coins sometimes, and you can make them look dark, but they'll still come off really white in the center. All right, let's get back to our coins. Okay, so for a 1959 Jefferson nickels, we'll look for the red version, which is on a penny. We'll look for the black version, which is one that wasn't sealed quite right, has a black color to it, and we'll also look for the white version. And remember that 1959 is the year that they changed from the big star to the little star on the Jefferson nickel. All right, have a great day from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.